A Triad dentist lost his license today. A judge sided with the state dental board, saying Dr. Andrew Kelly can no longer continue to practice.
He was in charge of the dental center of the Carolinas, with offices in Greensboro and Winston-Salem. WFMY News 2's Giselle Thomas met two people still reeling from their bad experience with a dentist.
Dr. Andrew Kelly can no longer practice or operate in either of his offices in Winston-Salem and Greensboro. Since we first told you about the situation last week, we've had several people reach out to us sharing similar stories about Dr. Kelly. I met one woman who's been dealing with issues for just over a year. Wendy Burns says she went to Dr. Kelly in need of implants. She never expected what would come next.
You isolate, you become very lonely and depressed. And it is definitely, it's taken its toll on me physically, mentally, emotionally, and financially.
Burns says she was on a $40,000 treatment plan. She paid about 90% of it up front. Over a year and several visits later, the job still isn't done. Now she says she's left with pain and distress because of temporary fixes.
I've always been afraid of dentists. That was my one fear. And to be as vulnerable as being in a patient chair and as many times as I've had to be there, it's painful, it's scary.
Another woman, Roseanne Mancini, says Dr. Kelly gave her elderly mother too much sedative back in 2012.
She still wasn't waking up, so they immediately called 911, and she was hospitalized.
She'd need to be put on oxygen for the rest of her life. The state board found Dr. Kelly overdosed Mancini's mother and said he did little, if any, preoperative planning for the procedure. They disciplined Dr. Kelly, but he was able to keep practicing. She wants to know how a dentist could legally continue to harm patients and get away with it.
It was just about justice. We were like, how can he be allowed to allow this to happen again?
The dental board told me it deals with licenses, not the law, meaning it can only take action on licenses or permits. The state board says it found incomplete patient records, inaccurate drug logs, and evidence of malpractice. On top of that, Dr. Andrew Kelly is accused of sedating 9 patients on an expired license. When asked about it, the state says he provided fake documents to cover it up. I reached out to the dental office multiple times, but have not heard back.